Welcome to Lifestyle. Lifestyle is all about the tradition of the people, their traditional dances, their history, their traditional meals, and most especially their contribution to community development. In today's edition of Lifestyle, we will meet the Meta people. The Meta people come from the Momo division of the northwest region of Cameroon. In the Meta land, you find 29 villages that make up the Meta clan. And in today's edition, the Meta people are a priority. Right away, we shall be talking about the history of the Meta people. And we have a gentleman who shall be telling us the history of the Meta people. He is Mr. Munya Romanus.
The Meta people were led by a very strong leader, and he had a name Ta. And Ta in our dialect means family head.
Okay.
And after leaving Bayangi, because their strategy was to wage war on their enemies, conquer them, and occupy the land.
Okay.
We had while in Widikum, he had so many children, and so there was need for expansion. The place could no more accommodate them, so there was need for them to move on. Out of his many children, he had 4 brave sons.
Okay.
These sons were Ngekum, we had Takundo, we have Tegancha, and then Tabiri.
Okay.
Yeah. Because of the need for expansion, he needed to leave from there. So
from Widikum.
Yeah. Yeah. So one of his sons, Ngekum, he was the first person to leave. So he left from there and went northwards and settled in Teze. And from Teze, he made a big family and formed what we have today as the Ngi community.
Yeah.
So the ancestor of the Ngi people was together with the ancestor of the Meta people. It's a reality. It's a reality. And so now, when these sons of Tawidikum had to settle in this area, there was need for them to fight these tailed human beings. They fought and conquered them, and so occupied the area. They named the area Takon.
Yeah.
That in Meta dialect means to commune.
Okay.
Yes. So it's a place where people commune. That's that. And then kon means tail.
Tail.
It means a place where the people with
the
tails
commune.
Yes. So that's how they named the place.
Okay.
They settled there. And before getting there, they followed one of the biggest rivers around that place.
Yeah.
And this river.
What is the name of the river?
Yeah, I'm just coming
to
that.
Yeah. Okay.
The river, at that time, people don't just cross a river haphazardly. So they needed to check, investigate how deep the river is. And so they told each other, Mama. Yeah, Mama simply means to investigate carefully.
Okay.
Yeah, so they needed to check, see the depth of the river and know how to cross. And eventually, that's how the name of that river came to be, River Momo.
Yeah.
Okay. And then now, Tabiri, the other brother, he moved westward, first settled in a place just around Jaitu called the Akam Hill. And later left from Jaitu and moved to settle after Ngenbo in Alabukam. Precisely at Alanki. That's how we came to have the Ngemba community. Yes, so Tabiri is the ancestor of the Ngemba people.
Okay.
Coming back to Tegancha.
Yeah, Tegancha is the last person who went missing.
Who got missing.
Yeah.
And so he decided to settle at an area he saw so suitable.
Yeah.
This area is known as Zangbeng.
Okay.
Yeah. He got there, he saw the land so fertile, he saw lots of animals that could serve him for meat.
Yeah.
And so he decided to settle there and make his family there. And that is how the Meta family started.
Yeah.
While there, he gave birth to children too.
Yeah.
And prominent among them were his 6 sons.
Okay.
Okay, the 6 sons of Tegencha, they are the people that form the Menduk family.
Menduk.
Yeah, the Menduk family
Yeah.
of Meta, which is the largest
Okay.
of the families of Meta. In fact, they form about 3/4
Okay.
of Meta. The 6 sons of Tegencha, we had present day Mbakwa of Tugi.
Yes.
We have from Nyen of Nyen.
Nyen.
We equally have Amunyum of Njepo village.
Okay.
We have Fomukwen of Kwen in Mbengwi. There is also Fonko of Kwen.
Which means all these names, you're already calling some of the names that make up the villages of the Metalan. Okay.
Yeah. But for Mukwen and Kwen village, that no more exists.
Yes.
Yeah, because he did not make so many descendants, and so his village eventually disappeared. Yeah, we should also remember that out of the 6, among the 6 sons, there was Forumbo of Gundom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how they came to be. But now we realize that in Meta there are 2 major families. We have the Menduk family and the Bonjo
family.
So we want to ask, we've talked all along about the Menduk family. What about the Bonjos? The Bonjos were a group that moved along with with Tegencha. Yeah, and they too had a leader. Their leader is known as Tembengjo.
Tembengjo.
Yes. So he was the leader of the Bonjo family. And as they moved on, when the whole community was living from Zangbeng, they too moved on. Some of them settled just around Zag, where we have present-day Toneko, Toneko village, Kae village, Jaitu village. Gary, surely you know that the best Gary comes from Meta.
Oh, Meta people. And so, how the Meta people welcome you? How will you rate your people? To be honest, give me your own point of view. Are the Meta people welcoming?
Maybe I should rather say the Meta people are very welcoming. A Meta man would never hesitate to show all his love to a fellow human being. The reason why the Meta man does not have any stigma. You know, it's usually people from this land, they are reputed for this or that. There's nothing negative about them. Meta man. So very welcome.
So what will you talk, or what is your own point of view concerning intertribal marriages?
Intertribal marriages, if you see, Cameroon is the way it is because of the so many communities, and each community cannot live in isolation if we must call ourselves citizens of the same country. And so intertribal marriages are encouraged, and I think almost in every corner of Cameroon we have Meta sons and daughters that they got married from there or they got married there.
The history of the Meta people is very interesting. After getting all about their history, where they migrated from, they had, as you heard from Mr. Munya Romanos, he told us they had 4 ancestors. They were Tekenja, they were Ngekum, Tabere, and Takondo. Those are the names that when you get them, you will know they are the ancestors of the Meta people. I would like you to tell me exactly how many market days, or what are the market days that you people have in your area, because you don't have the normal 7 days that we have in the week.
Yeah, the Meta calendar has 8 days, unlike the 7 English days we have on our calendar. And each of these days has a meaning attached to it, maybe because of how it started. And so we begin these days with Ko. Ko in Meta land means to ascend. And so it is on this day that the Meta people ascended from Takon to get to Zangbeng, where they settled, and then spread into the whole of Meta. After Ko, we have Mbon. Mbon in the Meta dialect means world. When the people ascended from Takon, the next day they needed to gather the whole world or what they brought in so that they assess it before they get into sharing. So that was Mbon. That's the wealth gathering day. After that we have a GA. GA in Meta means to share. And so the Meta people, they needed to share the wealth they came from that corn wheat. So they cut it, they divided all the wealth into various portions so that they could assign it to the various Meta people under Terencha, their leader. After GA we have Kwe. You know, the food, the wealth was shared on GA. But the Meta man is so sensitive with equitability. They realized that some people did not have an equal share. Okay. So on Kwe, so Kwe means to make up. Yes.
Making up for those who did not have.
Yes. So they needed to make up for those who did not have. That was on Kwe. Ngong, which is the next day. Ngong in the Meta dialect means a straight line. Yes, on a line. So a Metaman says Ngong, that means a line. Yeah. So the people needed to line up on a straight line for other activities. So after lining the people on Ngong, they went to Ke. The people needed to be on a line. So Ke means to advise.
If I'm getting you well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was a day of advice. Nice. We were already at Zangbeng. There was need for the people now to spread to other parts of Meta, and when they were they needed particular instructions how to live with their brothers. That was on Kul, on Tang. Now they had to count the people. So Tang means to count. So they counted the people on Tat. There was a feast. Tat means to feast. Yes. So the people feasted after all of those activities before now dispersing to the various areas.
Those are the 8 market days of the Meta people. I'm sure you're now okay with what Mr. Romanos has told us. Mr. Romanos, it was a pleasure having all the history of the Meta people. In fact, I have learned so many things, and I'm sure many people out there have learned so many things from you.
The pleasure is mine.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
After getting this rich history of the Meta people and knowing about their economic activities, knowing about their own calendar, I'm sure you equally want to know exactly what these people have as their traditional meal, their traditional delicacy. Stay tuned, and we shall be coming to that. Now talk about culinary arts. We are taking you to the kitchen where we will discover the traditional meal of the Meta people. The Meta people are found in the Mbengwi subdivision of the Northwest region. They have a variety of delicacy which we need to discover. Join me. Let's go straight away to the kitchen. morning, madam.
Good morning, madam.
I see you people are busy preparing a variety of dishes here. What are the meals? I think from the way I see, it seems they are your traditional dishes. Can you please name some of them?
Yes, in Meta we have varieties of traditional meals. We have yams and tenguina. Tenguina is garden egg. We boiled and eat it with yam. We have achu. We have etep. We eat it with nangmeta. That's how we call it, country cocoa. We eat it with nangmeta. We have fufu corn and vegetable. We also have nangtare that we are preparing here like this.
So if I arrive somewhere and I just see nangtare, which is cocoyam, that's porridge cocoyam mixed with plantain.
Yes.
So what are some of the ingredients that you people use in preparing this your traditional meal called nangtare?
With nangtare, we have, at times we mix plantains and cocoyams. At times we can prepare only plantains or only cocoyams. The ingredients we use, as you can see, we have chicken, we have meat, we have red oil, we have dry fish, we have bitter leaf and pepper. Those are the ingredients we use to prepare nangtare.
So how long do you take to prepare this meal?
When we start with, first of all, we wash our bitter leaf like this, peel plantains and cocoyams, put them in the pot. After washing, we put them in the pot, stand them on the fire, and we put everything at once. Then we put them on the fire for about 1 hour or 2 hours to let them really. We have at times cocoyams very strong, so we want that it should
Get tender and
for
the oil to
penetrate in the cocoyams. Yes, so we use about 1 hour to 2 hours.
Okay, and so how do we eat this meal? Because when we are back in the villages, now we are in an urban area. If we were back in the village, how were you going to serve this meal, and how is it going to be eaten if we were in the village?
Back in the village, to eat turning cocoa, we have our traditional bowl we call fuku. We serve the cocoyams inside. We use our hands to enjoy the food.
I'm sure we are going to discover that, how you people are going to savour it with your fingers. I'm sure farming is one of the activities of the Meta people. And I would like to know the cash crop that you people cultivate in your area.
Okay, in Meta, we cultivate beans, cocoyams, plantains, cassava, even corn.
Is nangtare or your traditional meals come from the fact that you people cultivate a lot of cocoyams, or is it that you people just had the intention, or your forefathers or your ancestors decided to choose cocoyam because they had neighbors who used to cultivate it, or because they used to cultivate it a lot in your area?
No, we have cocoyams in our area. A lot of cocoyam comes from Meta. We cultivate cocoyams.
So you people are grouped here cooking for your meeting. Do the Meta women have their group that they come together to discuss about their issues? And how is the Meta women meeting called, or the association?
We have our traditional dance, like the water is from our own area, our own quarter in Meta, because Meta has quarters. And those quarters, they have their own different dances. So in our own quarter, we have the water. Is it that we are to present today too in the general meeting? So my sister here will help me tune one of the songs.
Hey, where we are, no coffee.
In fact, you people should bear with me. It's true, they are the Meta people. And I was very happy. I am happy getting what you're singing. In fact, even if I don't know the meaning, I know it's something good. I would like to join the Meta people.
Give it to Rita.
60 years. Next feeling where you will pay transport one who's
You're welcome back. You're joining me in the kitchen where we've used all day preparing this very important delicacy of the people of the Meta land. The food, as I earlier told you, it is called nangtar. It is porridge cocoyam. Cocoyam that we've used, vegetable called bitter leaf, and other ingredients to prepare this very important meal. It is one of the many meals that these people have in their area. Right now, I'm sure you would like to join me so that we taste this wonderful meal. Can I have this? Yes. Thank you. This is nangtari. It is eaten in this traditional dish called foko. This is how the Meta people call it. I think in this area they don't use the spoon to eat it, and I won't go against their tradition. I will taste this food myself using my own fingers. In fact, look at me savoring this food. As you can see, if you want to join me, then you need to make friends with the Meta people.
The raison d'etre of this association is to bring our people all together so that we work towards developing our home, developing ourselves traditionally and otherwise. Community development is we gather, we jointly contribute money. Every end of the year, we go to the village and we develop our village, our various villages. We have close to 29 villages in this our association that all come from, when you see here, this is the structure, the Meta map, the administrative map of Meta. So all these villages, we've decided to come together under one umbrella called Mekuda. So we contribute each to 2,000 francs per member. Okay, Mekuda Douala, we don't do that. All these villages come together. We have branches in Yaoundé, Limbe, Kumba, Bamenda, and even abroad. So we jointly put our efforts together, financial efforts together, in order to look for one common. Then the administration of the National Bureau, they look for a project that they will sponsor for a whole year or maybe 5 years running. Presently, the whole association, we met together, contributed money, and we've had a mortuary in the village in Mbengwi. And we've been doing a lot of things. There's water, pipe-borne water in the village, in some of the villages, but with time it is going to go maybe throughout the whole clan.
Every clan or every tribe has its traditional dances, and these traditional dances have meanings attached to them. In the Meta land, they have several dances. We have two particular dances. We have two dances that identify them. In this episode of Lifestyle, you get to know about them. And with me right here is Mr. Atanga Victor Asara. He is the Secretary General of the Meta Cultural and Development Association, MECUDA. Mr. Atanga Victor, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, madam. It's a big pleasure.
The Meta people have a number of traditional dances. Could you please expatiate on that?
Thank you. Every tradition and every clan, why not a tribe, identifies itself through their cultural dances. And in Meta in particular, we from the Widikum origin have dances that identify each village. There are about 31 villages in the Meta clan, and each village has a dance that identifies it with it. But I would like to talk about 3 or 4 of them, which really identify Meta in general. That is what we generally call Unu, or the Kwem dance. Unu? Yes, Unu, or the Kwem dance. We generally call it Kwem. It is characterized by a lot of drumming and some rattles. They're just drummings. Normally we use this, our drums that you can see there, and then we use the wooden drums. That's what we call the talking drum. Yeah, that's what characterizes that dance. and it is mostly used for entertainment, especially at cultural events, even at that ceremonies. Yeah, and if a member of that particular group dies, that dance is always there, and is what identifies Meta in general. Then we'll have the next one, which is the Nere dance, which is that of the fawns. Each time that one comes out, we know that the fawns are around. So if you find us dancing or singing Nere, we should know that we are practicing, or there is some important personality from the clan. For today, I think it is going to be the Nere dance. No, sorry, not the Nere, the Kwem dance that will come out. If the Kwem doesn't come out today, you'll have something else closer to that. But we have other dances apart from these ones that I've mentioned. Well, we have a kate. A kate is a serious dance, which is mostly used after a burial ceremony. When the burial takes place, that is the first dance, especially as Christians. That is what they take. Because the people are trying to embrace Christianity and to leave out a few other dances that have some, magical connotations. So they want to take something that is simple, that everybody admires, and that everybody is capable of joining it at any time without any problem.
Are there particular dances for male, particular dances for female?
Not really. I think now there is a melting pot already that they used to reserve some particular dances for the ladies, even though the drumming was being done by the men. But today we have both males and females in the same dance. So don't be surprised that during the Kwem dance you see a woman displaying here, and you even ask yourself if really this is being done by a lady. Let me give you one of the songs that is being sung at a birth ceremony. May enangwa mrizom one board, may enangwa ye. Oh, may enangwa ye. May enangwa mrizom one board, may enangwa ye. Oh, may enangwa ye. Thank you.
So what is the meaning of that song?
Okay, I've come for this celebration. I've come to see the baby. I've come to dance to the baby, but I haven't seen the baby. What is my reason for being here? Which means it might be this guy has been roaming around the place, or the lady has been roaming around the place. He has been unable to see the child, so he calls for that song to come up. You see, there are times that people just need to animate the whole show as it is.
Mbengwi, mezere wambot, oh, I don't one. Is it big? Ngwa.
Yes.
What's the meaning?
The meaning is the dance of the child.
The dance of the child.
Yes, the child's dance.
Ngwa is the dance for the baby, and that is just one among several songs that the Meta people have. Several other songs that they display, that they sing to welcome either their baby. They have several others that Mr. Tanga Victor could not give us here. But as time goes on, you will have the choreographic display of the various traditional dances of the Meta people. Stay with us. I'm sure you should have a lot of strength. I know I cannot dance like them. But follow me and you will join me. Let's dance the dance together. I'm sure you now know everything about the Meta people. They are friendly people. They are the Meta people who come from the Momo division of the northwest region of Cameroon. I think if you want to discover them, you travel right down to Bamenda. Bamenda is the chief town of the northwest region. Mbengwi is found some few kilometers away from the main town, and 29 villages form the Meta clan in that region of Cameroon. I know you will love to watch the next edition of Lifestyle. Lifestyle, we shall bring you another tribe from Cameroon in Central Africa. Stay tuned to Lifestyle. Bye.